evening. For those of you who are here or not, or in the Channel 18, I'd like to welcome you to the Harwich Planning Board meeting of February 27th, 2024, being held in Town Hall. This is being held in person and is also available to the GoToMeeting format. It doesn't look like there's anybody who's going to be interested in recording, but if anybody does say something who's online, please let me know, because Mass General Law requires anybody who intends to record to make it known to the chair. So this meeting is now called to order. I'd like to invite you all to join me in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. So this evening we have no hearings, and in our public meeting we basically have three items, which is the approval of our draft minutes, and we have a full release signing that we have to do on the other table. Or is that it right there?
Yes.
Okay. And then we have the annual conference for the planning?
The Citizen Planner Training
Collaborative. You're right.
March 16th.
Okay.
So why don't we go through this? Everybody had a chance to look at the minutes?
Yes. I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes of 1/9/24 and 1/23/24. As written.
As written. Any, may I have a second?
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any against? Nay? No nays? Motion passes unanimously. Why don't we file over and sign that document right now? And we'll take care of that, lickety-split, so we can discuss the annual conference.
And this in our packet?
Yes, we will address that, as I believe that should be the last.
Is that the last one?
Well, no, we'll use this after the
Yes.
citizen
Please.
Okay.
element. So, yeah.
Go from being very popular to nobody wanting to be with us.
Yeah.
Is this a special pen one or not?
It is the special pen, but
I'm just using this.
you can use any pen if you'd like.
Okay.
Thank you. Thanks, Harry.
I would have brought that over to you.
So the conference, I believe I went to that last year.
Great. It's their 20th annual conference. It's held at the College of the Holy Cross out in Worcester.
That's where I went.
And,
Went too, yeah.
it's a great session. They do a whole, they have 3 modules with 18 different sessions set up, from roles and responsibilities for planning and zoning board members, and then also special permits, variances, in addition to other specialty topics, such as new cannabis laws, as well as affirmative fair housing, and for planning boards who are interested in wanting to permit and restrict affordable housing units. They're doing a whole session on that as well. So it's pretty varied. You get a lot of experts from all over the Commonwealth. So it's really a great session. Also in your packet is the PowerPoint presentation that Amy Questle did for us earlier in February. If you weren't able to attend, we'll also send the PowerPoint electronically as well, but just for your reference. To sign up for the conference, it's March 16th. We can send you registration information. It's $95 to attend. I think the town can
Reimburses
cover
you.
that.
Yep.
And so please let me know. I plan on attending, and I think there may be some other staff from Town Hall who will also be in attendance as well. So,
And there's a nice lunch.
yes, there is.
And it's good, good conversation with people from other towns that are going through the same things that we're going through. So it was,
March 20,
March 16th. It's on a Saturday, and it's an all-day conference.
right.
recommended. If you haven't gone, it's worth going. So thank you for that. We have the local comprehensive plan update, I believe, with some meetings coming up.
Yes, also in your packet is a flyer outlining the local comprehensive plan community engagement sessions, which are taking place. There will be two. The first one is Saturday, March 23rd from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. at the Cultural Center's library second floor. The second forum will take place on Saturday, April 6th from 1 to 3 p.m. at the community center in the community room. And so I would encourage as many people to attend. It's really important that we get broad participation from members of the public. And, you know, it's a good reminder that this is a great opportunity to get public input as well as inputs from town boards and committees in terms of prioritizing land use development for the town, as well as open space and natural resource protection priorities. So it covers all various broad topics from affordable housing, economic development, and so this is really a great opportunity for members of the public to help shape the future for Harwich. So I would encourage everyone to attend.
Great. Thank you very much. And if you haven't, we had some thumbnail sketches given by, I can't remember her name
We
now.
did, yep, we
Who-
had a
the
report.
woman-
Sharon Rooney from Ty and Bond.
Yeah.
Yes, and I've had a couple coffee sessions with the individual who's chairing the committee that's running it, and
Joyce McIntyre.
Joyce, and they are doing some great stuff. So this is several standard deviations above the norm for these things, and at least in this town. So it should be a really good final product. But it's going to be a couple years off. I guess they're still going after some more money and more engagement, so
Yeah.
it's a good thing.
So we are currently doing 4 major planning processes. One for the local comprehensive plan, one for the housing production plan, the open space and recreation plan. So all 3 of those are going on concurrently. And the town is also going to start its hazard mitigation plan as well. So there'll be a lot of opportunity to participate in surveys as well as community engagement meetings. But the plans there are deadlines for the plans over the next 12 months. The local comprehensive plan will also be presented at town meeting in May of 2025 as well.
Okay, great. Now we have 2 other items. First of all is the letter from Matt Sutphin from February 4th. I think I'm just going to read it into the record if you don't mind, only because I've started a couple times, I haven't made it through. and I just saw it, when I came in. So Chairman, members of the board, it has come to my attention that I may have to say goodbye to a tree planted to memorialize my grandmother, Alice Lee Peirce. Bronze plaque was placed at the base of the tree just west of the old Cape Cod Wind and Weather Manufactory, once located at the corner of Snow Inn Road. The tree was planted by my uncle, David M. Davis, in 1985. At the time, there were a few trees on Route 28. The tall elms that I remember as a kid had been removed due to Dutch elm disease. This tree, almost 40 years old, is now a large one. Referencing the plans for the sidewalk improvement project, an additional telephone electric pole will be installed just west of the tree. If the tree is not cut down completely, it will certainly be hacked a great amount. I am late coming to this project with my concern. I had thought that the contemplated improvements would start at Snow Inn Road at the end of Neal Road. The sidewalk is presently sufficient, in my judgment, until it ends at the harbor overlook. My case for saving the tree rests with the existence of 10 feet between the tree and the roadbed. An additional utility pole marked on the plan has not been required in the past, so why now? I am also left to wonder why the plan of an ADA sidewalk could not have been placed on the north side of Route 28, where there are no poles. In certain locations, a short wall would need to be constructed, but a great deal of money might be saved, as one would not have to move all the electric poles, just simply to add a crosswalk. I encourage the board to get familiarized with the general laws, Chapter 87, Section 3, and hope that the board can find some positive response to this letter. Surely some mechanism can be found to stem the tide of the state's urbanization efforts. The sidewalk project is essentially too big and too soon. Remedy supported by a questionable amount of demand, in my opinion. Sincerely, Matt Sutphin. So I'm not sure what action we can take on this other than keep an eye on it. That's the purview of the state, right?
And it's the DPW, it's been planned for 10 years.
Yeah. So
Yeah, that's,
not much that I think we can do, although I know Matt, he's a great guy, and
Yeah.
I'll give him a call and say,
Yeah, yeah.
thanks for the flag, but I don't know,
that's,
it's outside of our
that's a
scope.
state.
Yeah.
Anything down on 28 is state,
Everything is stayed on 28, so.
That's why it's taken so
10 years.
So this was addressed to the select board, so I don't know what they can do, I don't know what we can do, but it's definitely worth reaching out to him. So I will definitely give Matt a call. And there was one other item I wanted to make sure, unless you had something else in the tree here.
I just believe, having been to some of the sidewalk meetings, it's on that state property, you know how the state goes in here.
Yeah. Well, we're all going to become familiar with it on 28 as they redo chunks of 28 through the town again. And West Harwich, they're going to sink 8-point-something million between Division Street and the Herring River. So,
And dry sewer it.
and the whole thing, it's all going to be redone, and all the supply lines are going to be redone. And so I've seen the plans. They've been, they're about, I don't know, months overdue in having an update on that for us. But anyway, it's an interesting process. It will definitely improve the continuity that we have there. And it should be a good thing for that little part of town. But you never know. It's like, you don't know until you see it. One other item is that we were talking about before as a potential topic for this evening was the idea for hybrid meetings, because now we're getting into the crunch of election season, people, school vacations, spring break and travel, blah, blah. Would it make sense for us to have March, April, and May, whatever it is, I guess it would be 6 hybrid meetings between the 1st of March and the end of May?
I work at home, this is an opportunity for me to get out, so I'm happy to do it.
Well, I mean, it's for those who,
you can come in.
right, well, nobody's saying you can't come in, but just to make it available, we're seeing that, if we don't have 4 for a quorum, we can't vote on anything.
Right.
So this is an easy way to get 4. I mean, we have some technical things just now. One thing that I wanted to make sure that if we go ahead, we need to communicate better with the technician on board, because there have been issues of not being able to have a digital gavel. So I don't know if you recall, I don't know if anybody was on here during COVID,
Yeah, I
that
was-
first year, there were some concerns about proper conduct online. And, you know, we don't need to go there again. We don't need to incur the legal expenses that were involved in that one case. And so if we're going to do it, I'd rather do it with a, you know, a little more savoir-faire. So
Would you be present to run the meeting, or would you do that hybrid?
as far as I can tell, I think I'm like you. I'm happy to come up here and get out, and because I work at home too. So like I love this. So,
Yeah.
but I also like the idea of, you know, if it's available, and because I am going to be out of town one of those nights, I may be able to make the meeting and with a quorum. So
And I'm gonna be, and I did start part of this, I'm gonna be teaching in Maine, for 3 weeks, so I'll miss at least one, if not two meetings in May. And, we've already gone through when Mary gets delayed, and we've had to delay.
right.
So this may be a way to, create continuity during this period of time that's gonna get crunched.
I wonder when there's someone at the podium, if we were on Zoom, we wouldn't have a camera angle on that person on the podium, I assume. And I'd also wonder if someone brings exhibits for us, which they do from time to time, either to show us or to circulate to us. I wonder if we'd still be able to see those items.
Absolutely. Well, they would have to have all the packet material in the packet for us
That's
the
what
Thursday before.
That's what they
Yep.
did ahead of time.
So I mean, this is the way it's worked. It's worked okay in the past. There's never been any difficulty. It's just that everybody who's on board is there, and you'll notice, for instance, Susan Ledoux from time to time comes in she's now moved to New Hampshire, I guess.
Right, and right now, correct me if I'm wrong, they can't do that anymore? Is that correct?
We don't do the hybrid
Right, so
right at the
Susan
moment.
Ledoux can't do that anymore.
Right.
So,
Excuse me?
Unless I was thinking, I believe you guys still do hybrid.
not where we can vote,
Not for the board members.
Right.
I was told.
and not for testimony, I don't think?
Not for testimony.
Not for testimony either,
So that's
correct.
why Susan Ledoux, that's precluded now, and
Right.
if anyone gets stranded anywhere. The other issue I think is to bring up is that we're kind of tight as a board in terms
Mhm.
of membership. And this would create, so nobody case would get delayed because we had anticipated the problem.
Yep.
Rather than, you know, arrive and we can't vote or whatever, we've had that happen. So, if we could draft something for the,
Yes.
select board?
At the next meeting, if I could draft a letter that you could vote on.
Perfect.
And, just because this is a new business, so at least it'll
Right.
be more formal to get it on the agenda, you can review
Right.
the letter and then take a vote on it, if that's okay.
That'd be perfect. Let's do it.
All right.
Perfect.
As far as, did anyone else get certified mail?
Yes, yeah. So that's just, we all get served when the town gets
Okay.
subjected to the
To an appeal.
process. But there's nothing that we're not severally liable. It's just the
Mine
town.
hasn't arrived yet, so I don't know.
We don't have to appear.
No.
No.
Is it a case?
Because-
Yes.
Yes.
And we're, basically, we're not able to talk about it,
Got it, okay.
so.
I just want to,
So duly noted.
I brought it in just because I was going to ask under new business what I need to know about it, and you just answered the question, so.
It's handled by the town council.
Town council.
There's
My
an
first.
appeal,
They're on our retainer.
we can say what the appeal is, and then that's it.
Right,
So there is an appeal for 8 miles, for
86.
86 Mile Street. And so it's been filed with the town clerk, the appeal process. So our attorney, town council has been notified, and any further steps will come from the direction of town council.
Got it. Thank you.
Is it a zoning board of appeals matter?
No, it's
planning.
a
Illegal?
planning board decision that's being appealed.
I know, but I mean, is this gonna be heard in it says land court, so this will be heard in land court?
Correct. Okay.
So, do we have any other business before the board?
I'd like to make a motion, we adjourn the meeting.
I have a motion, may I have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.